Good morning, YouTubers. I Chip at 45LC here this morning. Just got a bunch of new brass. Well, not used new brass, but once fired brass from tacticalbrass.com. Guys sent me some brass, looked like it came right out of the factory, never been fired, but it's awfully gorgeous. We're going to load up about 10 rounds for you this morning. And next week we'll take you back out to the range and we'll see how good this tactical brass looks in the sunlight. Anyway, let's get to loading these up. First of all, got to get some bullets out. These are 55 grain full metal jackets that we're going to be putting in this. Since this is already cleaned and processed brass, all we have to do is put it together. So we're going to put some primers in, quick and easy. As you notice, I like to check each round, make sure that the brass is seated properly and it's not sticking out. It's at least flush with the bullet casing. That's important. If it's protruding any from the bullet casing, it has a tendency to hang up in some of my other weapons. So I try to make sure all the primers are seated properly at the proper depth. Well, they're looking good this morning. Like I said, nice and easy. Once we get finished with this step, a couple more pieces of brass here. We'll actually load them up with powder, and I'll tell you what I got here in just a moment. Alrighty, so we got 10 pieces of brass all primed up and ready to go. As you can see here, I got my Lee powder feeder. I've already got it set up for the right amount of powder weight that I use, or what I like to shoot out of my 223 rounds. So we're going to go ahead and charge these up real quick. And just so you know, I did actually earlier this morning come out here and make sure that I was set up and putting the right amount of powder in each one of these rounds. So I played with it for about a half an hour this morning just to make sure everything was set up correctly and that the powder weight is actually what I want to shoot. You know, powder weight, you know, there's a wide range of powders you can use in this 223, along with many different types of powders. And if y'all read my profile, y'all realize that I haven't been reloading bullets very long. I'm still in the learning process. So I've found a few things that make the job just a little bit easier. Okay, so now we got 10 rounds of powder in each one of these shells, so I'm just kind of double checking, making sure that they have powder in them. So now I'll just stick a bullet in each one here real quick, just to help keep the powder from falling out while I put these together. So I already have my die set up to the right length. overall length of the bullet is very important. If the overall length of the bullet is too long, it won't feed properly or won't feed at all. So always double check that. And as I showed you in some of my other videos, I have the specs for each bullet I load here on the wall, so I know exactly how long the overall length should be. I know how wide the neck should be, the primer hole, the whole 9 yards. All of that's very important while you're loading bullets. So I've turned it around here to my bullet seating die. I'm going to remove my primer feeder so y'all can see this a little better. So 1 223 round bullet seated, and I also use a factory crimp die just to make sure. I use crimp die on every round I make, whether it be rifle or pistol. And again, if you read my profile, you realize that this is the only rifle round I'm reloading as of now. I've got several 30-06 rifles that I'll probably start reloading for eventually. But right now, it's just the fun guns that we're using that I'm reloading for. So and just in case you're interested, the average price per round for .223 ammo in a brass casing is around 35 cents if you buy 1,000. Now each of these rounds that I'm loading now with the new brass, it's about 27 cents per round. So I'm not saving a whole lot on this first go round of brass, but each time I load it, you know, I can negate the brass cost, and I will actually have it down at some point to about 18 cents per round. So that's almost half the cost for one of these rounds. Anyway, that's 10 quick rounds. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all come back